Most people are using AI completely wrong. They open ChatGPT or Gemini, type one big prompt like, build this, analyze that, do everything, and then wonder why the result feels off, messy, incomplete, sometimes just wrong. Here's the truth. It's not the AI, it's your approach. And once you fix this one thing, your results improve immediately. Right now, most people use AI like this. You give one instruction and expect one perfect output. That's called one-shot prompting. And it sounds efficient, but it's actually the fastest way to get inconsistent results. Because you're asking AI to understand the problem, research, structure, reason, generate, and validate, all in one go. That's chaos. One-shot prompting, like asking one person to go and build me a house, requires that single person to handle all tasks: design, planning, foundation, structure, plumbing, and wiring. In reality, a team of specialists, an architect, builder, electrician, plumber, and supervisor, handles the project, with each person focused on one job. This division of labor is the essence of agentic workflows. Instead of one big prompt, you break your task into agentic steps. Each step has a clear role, a clear responsibility, a clear output. You're basically turning AI into a collaborative team, not a magician. Instead of saying, build me an app, break it down. Product planner defines features and user flow. System architect defines back-end and front-end structure. Database designer creates schema. API builder defines endpoints. Front-end builder builds UI. Verifier checks logic, bugs, inconsistencies. Now you're not guessing, you're building properly. Let's slow this down because this is where most people miss it. What you're looking at here is not just more prompts, it is a collection of pipelines working together. When you use tools like ChatGPT or Gemini, you're not just using AI. You're using hidden system prompts, built-in reasoning flows, memory layers, internal tools. That's why they feel smart. But when you use APIs from companies like OpenAI, Google, or Anthropic, you get nothing extra, just the raw model. So if you don't structure your workflow yourself, the output drops fast. At that point, there is no magic system helping you. What you feed the API is what you will get. Without a structured approach, you're basically working with raw behavior, just the model's base training trying to figure things out. And this is where most people get it wrong. So let's say you build a product that uses AI as part of its core feature. How is your AI actually running inside it? Now, the real question becomes, are you still using AI like this? Here's all my data, here are all my instructions, just handle everything. That's still one-shot thinking, just packaged inside a product. When most people build AI features into their products, they don't think in terms of structure. There's no real flow, no system behind it. They just expect the AI to interpret everything they've dumped into it and behave correctly. That sounds fine until it doesn't. That's when you start seeing things like leaking internal data, giving wrong or outdated answers, getting confused between different types of requests, falling back to generic training knowledge that doesn't apply, or even getting manipulated by users. And then people say AI in products is unreliable, when in reality the system itself has no structure or control. If you're building something like a chatbot, don't treat it as one big brain doing everything. Break it down into simple pipelines. Pipeline 1, entry or intent detection. First, understand what the user is even trying to do. Is it a greeting, a question, or a task? This prevents unnecessary complexity early on. Pipeline 2, context understanding. Now figure out what they actually mean. This helps avoid wrong assumptions and irrelevant responses. Pipeline 3, safety and rules check. Before anything happens, check if the request is allowed. This protects your system, your data, and your product logic. Pipeline 4, task execution. This is where the actual work happens. Now you can bring in a stronger model if needed. Pipeline 5, output verification. Before responding, quickly check if the answer makes sense, follows rules, and is actually useful. Each of these pipelines does not need the same level of intelligence, and this is where most people waste money. Instead of using one expensive model for everything, you can assign models based on the task. Cheap models, intent detection and classification; mid models, context understanding; structured reasoning; mid models, stronger responses when needed; cheap models again for verification. You only bring in heavier models when the task actually requires deeper reasoning. That way, you reduce cost, you improve speed, and your system becomes more predictable. In chat interfaces, ChatGPT, Gemini, no, it's not always one step per message, but that's a very good starting point. Think like this: one message equals one role. One message equals one clear task. Example flow: act as a product planner. Define the core features of this idea. Now act as a system architect. Design the system structure. Now act as a reviewer. Point out flaws in the plan. You're guiding the AI step by step, not dumping everything all at once. In IDEs like Cursor, Claude Code, and Codex, this becomes even more powerful. Most IDEs already have modes like planning, building, debugging, and reviewing. Those are already agentic modes. Use them properly. Planning mode, define structure; task mode, implement features; debug mode, fix issues; review mode, validate logic. Don't mix everything in one prompt. The shift is simple. Stop asking, "What can this AI do for me?" Start asking, "How should this AI behave inside my system?" Because once you get that right, you stop building random AI features and start building systems that actually work.